Don't get your feelings hurt. You might hear something you don't like tonight.
Yo, what's up, everybody? On a Tuesday fucking night, we're coming to you live with no hard fucking feelings. I mean, on a Monday night or a Tuesday night, whatever night. It's a Monday night. It's a Tuesday night. It's a fucking 3-day weekend. I don't know where I am. It's Tuesday night. What's up, everybody? No hard feelings live on the regular channel tonight. A lot to discuss as usual in this fucked up community that we all fucking live in. I got Nicky Nines in the house with me. Nicky, what's up?
Hey, what's up, brother?
And, listen, we always say it every fucking week. There's always something to discuss. And sure enough, it's been another busy week in the community. Needless to say, a lot of shit going on. We got a lot to touch on today. I hope I remember everything that we wanted to talk about. But what's up, everybody? How's your week starting out so far? I hope good. It was a good weekend. Friday night was great. Saturday night was great. Did a show on Sunday night, which was pretty cool because I had off on Monday. So it was a really good weekend. Yesterday, took the time to sleep, recoup, and a lot of stuff went on. Dave had a show. A lot of stuff went on there. I got some messages.
Dave always had a show.
Yeah. A lot of people trying to reach out in the community. People, we'll hit on it. I mean, you got a lot. I got some clips to play. And there's certain topics to talk about tonight. We have a plethora of shit to talk about tonight. Trust me, a plethora.
You have an amoeba.
Yeah. So, of course, good old Joe's in there, who normally doesn't go live on a Tuesday night at fucking 8:30. But hey, who knows? But yeah, Joe's in there. We got to talk about him tonight. A couple of things from him. Joe. Well, actually, we'll start off with that. So the other night, Drew comes on to the show Sunday night. Now, right away, I knew it would be an issue. I didn't know how much of an issue, to the point where someone wanted to off themselves with the Moderna shot.
What?
Yeah, but I knew.
Wait, what do you mean?
Well, I mean, that was what was said.
This and that there.
This and that there was said that they wanted to off themselves with the Moderna shot, basically.
Why?
Because you want to know why? This is the part that I love. You ready? This is the part that I love. This is why. Why you ask the reason why, and the answer you'll get is because people are scumbags and snakes and liars and two-face. Yeah. So someone fucked him over. Someone fucked over poor boy Joe again. Someone fucked me over again. I want to kill myself again. I want to kill myself.
So he's mad about Drew coming on with you?
Of course.
And that's what the whole suicidal...
Well, some of it was, some of it wasn't. The real people who pay attention to Joe really good, the ones who sent me stuff, and they pay attention to Joe really good because they're fans of his. But they know his bullshit. And they were like, yeah, this definitely affected him, this and that. And I said, you know what? I said this to Drew. A couple of things. One, I said to Drew, you know what? When I saw JB go over on Joe's show, did I fucking go and say something negative about it? Did I act like an asshole? Even though I could have done that, because it's like, JB, I've heard many things, okay? And I'm not throwing anybody under the bus, but I've heard things, and it was surprising to me that he would go back there for money, for even one night, right? So I didn't say anything about it. I kept my mouth shut, didn't say anything about it. I didn't want to get involved and, we'll go through all that shit. And out of respect to everybody else,
So I'm getting reports that he was shooting digs at you.
Of course.
On the show tonight.
Of course, bro. Of course he is. You know why? Because he sees and hears things that people say, and he knows the deal. He knows I'm
okay,
just
He's saying you're taking ideas. He's saying how those New Yorkers were taking ideas.
Oh,
so
God,
maybe he's salty
yeah.
about the belt.
Well, dude, you know what? Listen, he knows the deal. We were fucking around with belts way before he got a belt. Matter of fact, I had several conversations with him about getting a belt for my network before any belts were bought for anybody's network. And he knows that. I know that. So if it's about the belt, he's really lying his ass off and trying to make it look that way, which is fine.
But I get why he gets mad, because it's a fucking threat to him. Because if you look at if you look at that belt and like the personification that he has put on this entire time, at least the X amount of months, like he tried to sell the notion of he was this fucking alpha male and no pussies allowed, but he's been nothing but a bitch and crying about offing himself for at least the last 6-7 months. Maybe longer.
Yeah, longer.
And how do you sell a belt like that? How do you sell a belt when all your co-hosts are fucking dog shit? Like the Foul Mouth Network belt, like that's a real fucking belt.
Man, you got like
every
look at the
single
names.
one of us are hard hitting.
Yeah, and look at the names you have to choose from for the belt. It's like you have some fucking like heavy hitters in the community. Like what the fuck, like and I don't like putting anybody down, so I'm not gonna sit there and stroke my own ego and be like,
it's not well, you don't have to. I will. I gladly will, because fuck him, dude. Like I get so tired of listening to this dude fucking bitch and cry about his fucking life all the time, and I realized it's because the dude doesn't have friends. He has fans and he has people he pays, and that's it. He does not have any friends whatsoever. So with Drew coming over to you, like Drew started out as a fan, right?
Yeah,
like
Drew.
A really big fan of him.
Yeah.
And then maybe they grew close to some extent, but Drew, I don't know the intakes. I'll have to hit him up, see if he wants to do a confession sometimes and explain what happened. Like what caused him to say, you know what, I've had enough is a fucking enough.
Yeah.
Because him coming over with you is saying something. It's something he wouldn't have done before if he was doing the other Friday show.
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think he would have, and I'm not trying to like be a dick to him about that, but I don't think he would want to ruffle the feathers in that way and come over here. And you know what? Listen, me and him have had several conversations even before him and Joe broke apart too. Of me and him doing something together in the future, whether it be a show on Patreon or it be a regular bi-weekly show, something like that me and him would jump on together because we know each other a long time. Now, we were in conversations about that before he even left Joe. So, and he was hesitant, and so was I, because of the fact that we would have met friction from Joe, and it would have been like this whole big fucking thing, which is good. And I told him at the time, it's going to happen anyway, Drew. It's going to happen anyway. Joe, even if you think there's a certain way of going about ways of doing things and you do them that way to try to not piss anybody off, guess what? You're still going to piss the person off. He's still going to be upset, and he's still going to say all this shit. So you might as well just do it. And that's what I did with the belt. I finally just did it because so many people ask me, please, man, do it. We want to have fun like we used to have fun. We want to fucking, vote for guys that don't pay to be on people's shows. We want to vote for guys that are fucking good enough to be paid to be on people's shows, or are funny enough and loud enough and fucking use their mouth and their minds instead of just sitting there like, what's up? What did you think of that fight? What fight? It's like, the fuck are you doing there? That's what you end up with when you pay to let people on your shit. When you're getting paid to let people on your shit, you end up with, what? Who's that?
To be fair, that person is supposedly very rich and doesn't donate shit, so...
Well, all I know is, like, the guy wants to take digs, he wants to take shots. The guy texts me out of nowhere. The guy fucking sends me messages out of nowhere. The guy asks me to come on his shit numerous times in the last year out of nowhere. Not me doing that to him. All right? And I answered him and told him, bro, there's no way I could come on to your shit. And I let him know that right then and there. You know what? And he said it in a nice way. Hey, why don't you come on real quick? Let's try a skit. Let's try a bit. Let's try a this. Let's try a that. And it was like, nah, I'm good, bro. I can't do that. I'm not going to sell myself out and everybody else out that's been supporting me the last fucking 5 years of my life. I'm not into fucking throwing the people who support me the most under the bus, or not sticking up for them, or basically telling them to go fuck off when I hear something I don't like.
I don't know, man.
But it's all good. He could take shots. It's all good, bro. Because you know what? I slowed down my mouth for a while with him. And in case people didn't notice, I slowed down for a while about him.
Well, nobody's really talked about him too much. Like, it's just a topic of discussion that ebbs and flows. And with this latest fucking... I actually got a clip of somebody playing some recording him saying he was bitching or something. I think Joe's due for a fucking hemming this week, because I ain't hemmed him in a while. And I'm sure he fucking needs it to help him, feel better about himself, because God knows he's down in the dumps, and, old Nicky will help lift you up.
Well, guess who's over there now donating, and Joe's thanking and shouting out on shows now?
Who, Tony?
Our good, well, no, not yet. That'll happen eventually, I think. But our good friend, Chris Moore,
Seaman's back.
Yeah. Cumboy is over there dropping donos, to stroke Joe's ego. And he's doing it because, of course, shout out to the top donator tonight, Zemo. I'm like, how fun was it to say that name? How fun was it?
Well, here's what makes me laugh about that. It's the dude shat on him, said he was a creepy scumbag, but now he's getting money from him. It's just like, dude, where's the integrity? And I get that this guy has a family to support. But Joe's biggest problem is his life is a complete ball of negativity because he has no happiness in his life. He has no joys because he has no fucking ethics.
He must not. And that's fucked up, though, because, I thought for sure the guy's got, enjoyment in his life. I mean, having kids that are healthy and funny like his little girl is and stuff like that, that's life. That's like waking up in the morning and making them breakfast and laughing your ass off before they go to school, or picking them up from school and getting them in the car and taking them to the store and buying some candy, or getting them shoes from the store that they need for school. That's life. That's fun. That's living. So I know he has that in his life. So the question that I ask myself is, why are you this fucking miserable if you have all these great things that you obviously wanted? You put your dick in a woman more than 3 times, we know of, because you have 3 kids, right? So what the fuck are you so miserable about? You have these 3 kids that you obviously wanted, healthy and beautiful, right? You got a nice wife at home. She's doing a thing, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I'm not judging anybody, right? What are you miserable about? What the fuck are you miserable about? What are you coming on for and saying, this might be the last night you see me? Is it all just a big fucking game to get people feeling bad? Because I'll tell you this, Nick, real quick. When he does that, there's a couple of 100 people lining up with sympathy for him. Okay? And he goes to the sympathy train. Whenever he does that, he goes to the sympathy train. And it goes around the tracks, and he keeps picking at it. Oh, the sympathy train's coming by. Stroke me. Oh, I feel so much better now.
Okay, so the thing with Joe is, I get he's probably under stress. He's got kids. He's got a wife. That shit's going to be stressful. Okay, he's got all this shit. He's got bills piled up and a large amount of his income, because I don't know if he actually works or not. It depends on the gratuity of other fucking people. And since I've been in this community, I've noticed certain trends with him. Like, when money's getting low, it turns into this real woe is me act.
It turns into taxes.
Oh, fuck my life. It's so fucking miserable. Give me your money even though you're on fucking welfare or fucking disability.
It turns into, I forgot it was tax season. What is it, fucking November or January? I forgot that there was tax season.
I count it down. I've heard him say it twice. Shit. So next year when he says that, I'm going to clip the fuck out of it. It's tax season, and I'm a fucking moron.
Since I'm robbing, since I'm stealing all kinds of things now, maybe I'll steal that one, and every once in a while I'll forget about tax season, and then I'll go online and complain. Guys, I forgot about tax season. Can you help me out? Can you help me out? I have to pay all these kinds of taxes because of you guys donating to me. It's fucked up.
That, or is it paraphrase like a joke? Because I could see him saying that. Well, y'all give me all this money, but y'all don't give me the taxes to cover it, you selfish fucking cunts.
Next time when you donate, can you add $4.57 to it? Shut the.
When you donate, can you add that extra fucking 40%? Uncle Sam needs his, and it ain't coming out of my fucking end.
God, dude.
Fuck, man.
And you have the balls to fucking sit there and complain about something. You have the balls to actually sit there and fucking say you want to die when there's people that I know right now, right, that are clinging on to life and want to live. There are people that I know that got bad news in their lives and are worried about their lives, but yet here's this totally healthy dude sitting over there going, I hope the Moderna shot takes me out. You know what? Fuck you, man. Go fuck yourself, you psycho motherfucker. Go fuck yourself, you weird fuck.
He's going to come out and say, it's a joke. Don't you get it? It's a joke.
He doesn't get it. He doesn't get
it. He'll
say, I was doing a promo from this wrestler the other night that I saw. So I was doing. It's like, dude, stop with the fucking excuses, bro. It's if it works on somebody, great. If it doesn't work on them, he just uses as an excuse that he was cutting a promo or it's like the same old bullshit all time, bro. It's the same old bullshit. It really is. It's fucking. He's got a problem. He sits there and tells people, I don't have a problem if anybody goes somewhere else and goes and hangs out. But then he comes on to my shit and he goes and he calls fucking Bullfrog, because Bullfrog's on my show for the first time in how fucking long, right? It was only the second time I put Bullfrog on in like fucking 4 months. And what happens? Joe gets on the line with him and starts calling him up profusely to leave my show, to the point where Bullfrog says, you realize I'm on Ken's show, right? And he goes, yeah, I do, but come over to my shit. Like, what the fuck, dude?
Dog.
What a weirdo. What a weirdo, dude. What a fucking weird dude he is, man. You think I would ever do something like that if I saw like a friend of mine or somebody that I'm cool with over on his shit? You think I want to go? You know what? There's been a couple of times where I wanted to go and hit up Nicky J and be like, Nicky J, I don't see you anymore on fucking Saturday nights. You used to hang out all the time. And why are you on Joe's shit all the time? Yeah, I want to hit him up and I want to say that to him. Like, do I have the right to do that now, since I know that he's going to go and hit up people who come onto my shit once in a blue moon? Like, should I start doing that now?
No, and here's why.
You know?
Because why the fuck would you hit up anyone that isn't going to come out on here out of their own accord?
Exactly.
Like, I would, dude, if you're not gonna, like, that's my thing with my shit personally. I can't talk about fucking, Ken's, but I don't do shit very much lately. I'm dealing with shit. I got shit going on. I got life going on. And when I am, if you want to hang out and watch my shit, I appreciate it. If you don't, I don't give a fuck. I mean, there's so many things in this community, and I feel that way for No Hard Feelings and Friday Night Fire. Like, if you want to come and be in part of the group and have a good time, come over here. If you want to go suckle on the fucking Keebler cunt, go for it. I don't give a shit. It doesn't matter to fucking me, because people that come around here are a different sort. Like, they intermingle, but we get a different crew over here. We get a different crowd over here, and it's just not as bitch-like over here.
No, it's not. And, that place is supposed to be like, real as fuck and like hardcore and, it's all just fucking funs and games and this and that over here. And it's like, no, it's really not, dude. It's like, the minute you see something you don't like.
I get it, though, with him. I get it. The dude doesn't have friends. I think somebody played a clip once where he admitted that he's like, I don't know how to make friends. I'm not good at fucking making. Dude, it's just this weird thing where you have this guy who's an influencer.
No, he's good at making friends. He's
at being an actual friend.
Like,
not
well,
being a
yeah,
fucking
exactly.
schmooze,
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, he's good at making friends. He can make friends, but he's not good at keeping them at all, man. He's just not good at keeping them at all, because he just does the wrong thing. He just always does the wrong thing by people. No matter how you set yourself up to leave his shit, even if it was for a legit, like, say, family reason or a reason that has nothing to do with him, right? And you say to him, dude, I got to leave because of this, and that. It's a problem, and it's going to be even if he's like, I swear to God, I'm not going to say anything. Oh man, that sucks. You got to leave because your uncle died, and you got to go move to California now and help out the farm. Okay, like, say, hypothetically speaking, he would be like, oh, I feel bad. You have to go and do that now, but and that's sad. But then the minute you leave, like a week or two later, he's going to be like, fucking asshole, left the show, piece of shit. You get the digs every once in a while. He doesn't give a fuck. It's as long as you're not there in his mind. He feels slighted. It's weird. The guy feels slighted that you're not there, or it's like, it's a fucking really weird thing, man. And when people come on other people's shows that he has on his, he feels disrespected or slighted, or I don't know. It's just, I don't know, man. It's a lot of fucking things. He has no reason to feel like that at all. He has no reason. I barely put Bullfrog on, first of all, okay? I barely put Bullfrog on. I barely put anybody that he has on, ever. Right? So what is the issue? I don't go for his co-host. I don't fucking try to poach his co-host. I don't, like, what's your issue? Obviously, there's always been an issue, and there always will be, and that's just the way it is, I guess, with him. And
the fucked part for him is he chooses to, like, I guess, stay away from anything that he can't fucking control so much. Like, I know, like, he likes to pretend to not know me, but I get everyone else's fucking side information of shit. Like, I've talked to Joe once, I think, on Wire Show. We did, like, an unofficial confessions, but the dude's never got to sit here and say, hey, this is my point of view, like, unbiased, not his platform, neutral ground, said this is what happened and this is what went wrong. Like, he just keeps away and acts like such a fucking cunt and makes these stupid moves where he backs people like Skunt, or he backs people like fucking, now he's gonna back Simo.
Yeah, exactly, because that's where the latest, and Simo knows that. And listen, everybody knows you either donate money or you talk shit about him or his wife or his family, and you get on shows. That's as simple as that. You donate money or you talk shit about them, and you're on. And that's the way. Or you fight his enemies. If you get into an argument with a guy like me, very easy to get known by a guy like him. You know, like it's very, very easy. A lot of people know that. You know, for those of you new guys, if you want, get in a fight with me, and you right in there with Joe. But yeah, so moving on from Joe, I mean, that one part with Bullfrog really just was like, this guy fucking will still go to any fucking lengths to fucking just be a dickhead. But moving on from that, what was the other thing? What was the other thing I was telling you about that we were discussing? Well, is there anything you want to bring up?
Fucking Queen Idol.
Oh yeah. So what did you hear about that whole thing? Did you hear anything?
I've heard this dude's been making the fucking rounds.
Yeah.
Like I was feeling shitty as fuck yesterday, and I got like. I listened a little bit of Dave, and I hear him on there. You're here. You're telling the truth. Like the dude instantly latched on to fucking Dave's dick. Like, well, I don't know what it is, but the dude was like fucking enchilada and just fucking jumped on that motherfucker and just you're spreading the truth in the fucking gospel, and it's just like Jesus Christ. Here we go, another fucking psycho in this community.
Well, holy Jesus! You know, all right. So this morning I get a message and a phone call from Bullfrog on my Skype, which I don't hear because I have the Skype ringer off on my phone. But then I saw it, and then I saw that I had a missed call from Mr. Idol, what's his name again? Prince Idol, right? And I still think he should change his first name to American, because he definitely thinks that like this is a whole big fucking, you know, this is American Idol. You know what I mean? Like this is like a big fucking, you know, a big like show, or like a game show of some sorts or something. But I got a phone call from them, and then I saw that I got it. So I told Bullfrog, you want to speak to me? Call up, you know, Prince if he wants to talk to me. And both of these call me at the same time if you want, because he kept fucking hitting me up. So I get on the phone with these guys on a Skype call, and they proceed to, you know, tell me what's going on and like all this shit. And basically, you know, the guy Prince or whatever his name is, and I hate using his fucking name because
it's so stupid,
it's like the only fucking
Prince.
Name I know him by, and it's like I hate calling him Prince. It's like,
sorry, dude, there's only one
weird.
Prince, and he's the artist formerly known as. He's a fucking zombie right now with the Jehovah's Witness, or you know, fucking other Prince, dude. Sorry.
It's just fucking weird. So, but I spoke to Prince Idol and Bullfrog, and you know, he told me that he was warned about me, and that I'm a bad guy. Right?
What?
Yeah. That's what he tells me, that he was warned about me and that I'm a bad guy, right?
I bet I know who did that one.
And I'm like, been hanging out with YR and SE Steve lately, huh?
Phony.
You know,
phony too.
So yeah, well, so I was like, I didn't even bother to say, well, who told you that? I was like, I could just, you know, I know I already know. So I was like, yeah, well, I mean, listen, I'm not gonna sit here and fucking tell you I'm a good guy and everybody else is bad. I go, yeah, if you know me or you don't, you can make up your mind on your own. And this is like our first time talking, so, you know. And I basically told him like, hey, because I think it sounded like he was looking for advice, because he was like, I'm the hottest thing. Everybody wants me on their shows.
What?
Everybody wants to put me on. You know, I maybe I'll make your show my home and my new home and shit. And you know, and I said, hey, like I told Bullfrog, you know, if you want to call in, and we could chill online and see how it is, and you know, we could talk a little. I like, you know what I mean? So I'm like trying to like fucking say it like in a nice way, but. You know,
oh, dude, you're just nicer than I am, because I'd be like, what? You're the hot for who?
I mean,
like what commodity, dude? We have video clips of you screaming, saying, "Oh my God, Shawnee's bad!" Like, dude, no man screams like a fucking woman who saw a mouse.
Well, listen, I said it to him.
Happen.
I said it to him because he mentioned Joe's show, he mentioned my show, and I said to him, listen, let me just give you a little advice. I go, listen, I hear that you don't even curse, okay? You don't even really curse, right? So you obviously raised in the way of like, you know, you don't curse and you speak very proper, and I could hear that in you, and you probably raised in that way, right? So I go, I don't think Joe's show or my show is a fit for you, right? And I'm being honest with the kid. And I also told him, hey, you want to go try out Joe's show? Because he said something about it. I said, you go right over and you see if you can call in and hang out. But all I'm telling you is you better have some deep pockets. That's all I'm telling you. You better have some deep pockets, right? So I told him straight up. Like, I don't think my show's a fit, but if you want to call into my shit one night and hang out when we're talking about wrestling, that's fine. I'll talk to you. But, like, you know, as far as you being a hot commodity and you making my channel your home, it's like, you know, that's cool, thank you, and all. But, you know, how about just making a home wherever you may roam? How about that? And I told the kid, it's not that serious, dude. And it's not like picking a side. Just go and enjoy yourself. Like, I don't understand. The whole time, Bullfrog is in the background, you know, talking over me every 5 fucking seconds, you know? And basically, yeah, and he's all upset with, you know, Dave Rose, and he's like, can you get Dave Rose off my back? And you know, you better say something to Dave Rose for dishing your friend, and you better go after him for attacking your friend. And I'm like, what friend are you talking about? What are you who did he attack? That's my friend. And he's like, oh, he attacked Mellow Yellow, and he ripped him to shreds, and he talked all his shit about you guys. And I'm like, dude, first of all, listen, me and Davis had the conversation already about Mello, okay? He doesn't need to hear my thoughts on him again, right? It's old already to me, right? I said, there's no reason for me to go and do that. And I go, and there's no reason for you to worry about who the fuck he's talking about having to do with me. You know, and I'll take care of that on my own, thank you. And I don't need you to fucking warn me about that because you have a problem with him right now. Because you go around dropping his name whenever you have an issue, trying to act like he's going to stick up for you and shit. And I said, do yourself a favor. You don't want problems with him. How about not saying his name anymore? For starters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's just a fucking, you know, he just don't get it, you know? And it's like, you leave the show, and I said, you should have told me on Sunday night that you are leaving the show because Joe's calling you. You should have told me on my show right then and there instead of just leaving the show. The one time I put you on, and you can't even tell me that you're leaving, and I knew something was weird about that because normally Bullfrog will just keep coming back in and coming back in and coming back in. You know, so I knew something was up with that. So I just didn't know Joe would, you know, bow down to be such a scumbag.
He's a fucking snake, dude. He wants Prince Idol over there. All right, so I can already tell you how that fucking conversation is gonna go too, right? He's gonna have Prince Idol. He's gonna be like, "Oh, I bet you have a big old black cock. Can I see it?
Of course.
You want to fuck my wife? Like that's literally what the guy's gonna do.
Yeah, he's gonna be like, "Is your girlfriend hot? Yeah, can we watch you fuck her? Blah blah blah." And I told Prince Idol, "Listen, my show and Joe's show are probably not a show for you because, you know, like I said, the guy don't curse. He's like, you know, I just don't see him fitting in on a show
all night.
You know, with it.
Someone sent him a picture of
yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. So that's why I was like, I don't think it's a good fit for you, bro. But you know what? I told him, you want to call my show? Call it. You want to call Joe's, anyone else's, you have the right to call whoever. And if they put you on and they have fun talking to you and you have fun talking to them, then God bless, have fun over there. You know what I mean? So anyway, yeah, that was the latest with him and, you know, what's going on over there. And then we move a little bit on to the topic of who? Tony from the rear.
Oh, jeez. I thought he was gone.
Tony from the rear. No, sorry. Tony from Diarrhea Town, Boston, who are half a game behind the New York Yankees as we speak. I want to like Tony, and I say it all the time. You know, I say it all the time. I want to like Tony, right? A part of me does, okay? Part of me does. Just like I know C-Man, a part of him likes YR, right? And a part of me still likes YR, right? But as far as me and YR are concerned, like, I don't have beef with them. I don't hate on them. I don't fuck with them. It's just do your thing and I'll do mine. With Tony, you know, he hit me up and said I was in your chat and motherfuckers are kicking me out for no reason and this and that. And I said, well, dude, if you're in there talking shit, they're going to kick you out. And I don't blame him. And he was like, well, I wasn't talking shit. I was just hanging out in there. I'm just trying to get along and have a good time.
All right. Okay. Keep going, because I already got my rebuttal for that shit right there.
All right. Well, so, I mean, I was almost done saying it anyway. But so I said to him, all right, like if you're in the chat and you're not fucking around and you're in there wanting to have a good time and just talk about what we're talking about and just interact, that's fine, man. I don't have a problem with that. And like, I'll fucking ask people to not fucking block you and just give you a shot in there just to be yourself, right? And some people were like, no, fuck that. He shouldn't even be in the chat. And I get that. But Derek Hentz made a good point, bro. Derek Hentz said, you know what? YR's been given a million chances. SC Steve's been given a million chances to come back in the chats. All these other guys have been given a million chances to come back in the chats. Why can't, Tony? So,
because Tony has no redeemable fucking qualities, is kind of what Tony's thing is. Like, all right, so here's my whole rebuttal that he wants to come into the chat and he's surprised he got banned in Pikachu faces, that shit. It's like, all right, first of all, you threatened Ken once, talking about how you knew people in Boston. You've talked monumental amounts of shit about him to his wife, about his fucking wife, about your wife's situation. He's exposed DMs, trying to say, oh, I could fucking expose your DMs and show everyone the truth. It's like, dude, when you do all these things, you're a shitter. Like, you're just a shit. You don't have a redeemable. It'd be different. Like, Wire, for all his annoyance and fucking stupidity, he's got something about him that makes you not mind him around once in a while. He's got that dopey little brother you want to fuck. Do you ever have little brothers? You have brothers?
No, but I had a little cousin that, I know what you mean, like a little brother knock around.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I get it.
That's what Wire's charm is. Because Wire, at the end of the day, is just a goofy little fuck who wants to have fun. So he has redeemable qualities. And Wire will fucking knows his limit, and he knows when to back off it. Tony is just always, it's about me, I'm the best, I want this, everyone deserves this, I can do all these things, I'm not going to take accountability for them. If I do apologize, it's going to be half-hearted and not real.
You might have nailed something there a little bit, because that is one thing that is a little different right there. You're right, because I'm trying to compare like the whole thing. Like, they made a lot of sense. So did C-Man when he said what he said about but that's one thing that YR never used to do, was like sit there and be like, oh, I made your channel go up, 80 people while I was there that night. And 60 new people tuned in as soon as I got on. When people say, yo, man, and this is one of the things that the guy Prince said to me, and I was just like laughing. I don't want to be a dick and say you're wrong. But he goes, and a lot of people do say this, like not a lot, but some people do, and we all know who they are, say things like, oh, as soon as I jumped on your show, 60 new people were on there. Like, that's bullshit. What does an alert go off telling you that, oh, Tony from Revere just jumped on this show, so go there right now. Or Kenny from, Foul Mouths is on this show right now, go over there. No, that doesn't happen. So the numbers thing that people come up with, like, oh, there was 70 extra people there that night, or you got 90 extra views because I starred on your shit. That doesn't happen. Stop. You cannot nail it down to that type of science where you're like, I got 80 extra views for that guy. Stop. Stop with this. I bring fucking people to the channel bullshit. Okay? What brings people to channels are drama, funny motherfuckers, really interesting people telling interesting stories with big mouths, and fucking that you can hear them and understand what they're saying, and people that connect with people who tell the same type of story about what they're going through, or relate to somebody. That's what makes it on here. All of those things. It's not, I got a nice smile and I sound good and I read the news every once in a while, or I know wrestling and I have wrestling in my family. Like, those things don't matter.
Related to Whitey Bulger.
It doesn't matter, those things, man. Like, what the fuck? Why is it so hard to understand that? I can't believe that there's people in this world that fucking sit there and go, I just smiled on your show and 80 new people came on because I'm just me. What? If I sat there, if I sat on Joe's show when I was on it like a mute, right? With the camera on me, right? With the camera right on me, and I sat there like a mute like this the entire time.
Yeah, like I do.
You know what would happen? No one would have even known me, and I would have been never on the fucking show. I would never have been doing any show. No one would have even known me. I wouldn't have Patreon people. You have to fucking open your mouth. You have to do it with your mouth. You can't. It's not. You don't do a couple of imitations, and it's like bang, you're an entertainer now, and that's it.
Well,
everybody loves you.
But even my thing with that, and him saying he brings the dude, if you cared about people who brought the numbers, you would never have Mello on. So who gives a shit? I don't know why the fuck this dude stood up. Sorry, dude.
Hey, you know what? I get believe it or not, I get more people that tell me they like Mello than they tell me they don't.
Oh, I know.
You know what I mean? So, and you know what? I'm not judging it by that. You know what I mean? Because if I was judging it by that, I wouldn't have Shannon on. You know what I mean? So, no, I'm just kidding.
Dude,
that's fucked up.
No. But I guess that's the but I'm like fucking oh, dude, that fucking moment when the weed finally creeps up on you after a while. No, okay, but so the thing with the whole numbers thing and that, it's weird that he has that kind of arrogance. It's like, dude, you don't bring numbers. I don't think anybody by themselves brings like fucking hella numbers. I think you have to have a cumulative like force of fucking people that makes it.
Dude. What? Just the name alone, bro. Come on, bro.
Take that goddamn segue.
Prince.
You know how often
Prince fucking. What is it? Prince what?
Oh shit.
Prince Legend.
It's always on my mind.
Prince.
Some cops. They caught me.
The Legend Prince. What is it?
It's Kane. It's Kane.
It's the Legend Prince. What is it again? Prince Legend.
In the words of Adam Cole, it's official. FMN is the most dominant faction in all the community. Nobody can stop us. We have Drew. Now we need our CM Punk, JB. Then, we will dethrone JCS.
Joe makes us this way, bro. Joe makes us powerful. By the worrying and the shots and the fucking... The other night, he changed the title of his show to the same title as our show because he saw we had like 600 people watching us at one point. So he goes and fucking changes the title thinking, oh, maybe I'll catch some of that heat. And goes on there and uses the name for the whole time he's on and then changes it back after he ends the show. And I'm like, what a spineless little twat he is, dude. He really is. You know?
He's taking everything, so he's gotta take
advantage of every situation he can. Hey, listen, when you're a used car salesman, that's the type of shit that happens to you, bro. What do you want me to tell you? But yeah, what's his name again? Prince Idol or Prince Legend? What is it?
Oh.
Prince Idol, right? I swear he should change his name to American. His first name should be American.
I think you said that one already.
Yeah, so they can call him American Idol. Because that's what it is. Like, just go on American Idol, bro. You're in the wrong fucking place.
Did you just dad joke me?
What?
It sounds like a dad joke.
What do you mean?
I don't know. Never mind.
I don't know what the fuck does that mean? Dad joke? What the fuck is that? What the fuck is a dad joke?
You never heard of a dad joke? It's like one of those blatant like it's something that's corny. You know, it's like a really, really corny joke that makes haven't you ever told your kids like something to make them laugh?
You mean a Dave Rose joke? Yeah, I've used those before.
Fuck, how dare you? How dare you talk about Dave Rose?
Well, he says it himself after, like, if he says a joke and nobody laughs, he doesn't realize that it's probably because we didn't hear it, and he'll say something after it like, you know, you don't have to tell me that was a shitty joke or something like that, you know, like saying that, you know. Like saying it was shitty, that's why we didn't laugh. And I'm like, no, dude, we didn't hear you.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't realize that you can't hear on this thing. So, I mean, he does realize that now, but
I honestly love that about fucking Dave, is how brutally honest he is with everything, including himself. He's like, well, that joke is trash.
Yeah, but sometimes they're not though. And I'm like, no, the joke was actually good. Like it wasn't, you know, it was because you didn't even hear me laugh. Sometimes he'll say that and I laughed. And I'm like, I laughed though.
I don't laugh at shit, so that really, you know, unless it's like you do an evil Rosie,
well, that's good.
Fucking house.
That's a good thing because you got a lot of people who laugh for no reason. I mean, there's a ton of them on Joe's shit. They just laugh at if Joe fucking, you know, farts. They're fucking howling to the moon. You know?
Yeah.
So,
but that's why I appreciate when people here say things are funny or not funny.
Yeah,
or
people
why
don't
fucking
like.
Dave isn't
yeah,
afraid
like
to be himself.
Shit. I don't like that shit,
you
man.
know?
People fake laughing and shit. Like you could tell when a motherfucker.
Oh yeah, I can't fake laugh. Yeah. And that's why I always laugh when I sit on cam, because it's like I'm just gonna sit there and not laugh at like 90% of the shit. Because I mean, I have a particular stupid sense of humor.
Yeah,
you know,
Bullfrog
and
fake
it's like,
laughs constantly. That's a fucking thing. Bullfrog fake laughs constantly, especially when he's on Joe Cronin's shit trying to fit in. You know, he'll just be like, yeah, you don't even know what he's laughing at. You're like, dude, you know you don't know what the fuck you're laughing at. You know, you don't even know what the fuck the guy said, and you're laughing. Why?
That's Bullfrog. Yeah, Bullfrog, I don't know, dude. So the Mormon in me gives him half a pass because he's a fucking retard, right? Because according to my religion, he's allowed to be retarded. It's okay. He's going to be forgiven for his stupidity. Not if Dave Rose has anything to say about it.
No, he'll be fucking dangling in hell somewhere
Dave
for
Rose is at
eternity.
the pearly gates waiting for
Dude,
you.
if Dave Rose was the judge of people who get into heaven, do you realize like how many people would be going to fucking hell? Do you realize the hell would call up heaven and be like, listen, the guy you guys got at the gate, you better fucking move him out of the gate right now because it's fucking 90% of the people are going down here. We're overloaded. Get God on the phone right now and get a new guy at the gate. This guy is too, you know.
I can see Dave doing that too. I can see him just like, no, you at this
priest,
point, because you'd have access to everything.
A priest would walk up to him and be like, I've done nothing my entire life. All I've done is help the poor and the, you know, and the desolate, and I've just been a good guy, and the guy's been a good guy his whole life. And David just finds something and be like, you know what? Nope, you don't make the cut. Goodbye.
If he had like the access to all the fucking books and shit like that, like
yeah, he'll be
like,
looking through the guy's book.
September 15th,
that's what he'd be doing, dude. Exactly, bro. He'd be like, the priest would be like, you won't find anything in there. I've been a good guy my entire life. And Dave will just be like, he'll just be like this, and he'll be like, oh, wait a second here, wait a second. 1975, April the 3rd. You told your dad to go fuck himself, didn't you? You're like, I did tell my dad that. You're going to hell.
Oh, dude, I'm too high. I'm too high to laugh like this. Don't do this to me because I'm literally gonna fucking pass out and lay on the ground and do the rest of the fucking stream from there.
Do you remember August the 3rd, 1979?
No,
Yes.
no, why?
Well,
But I've been a good man my whole life. I gave my kidney to somebody and they lived. I saved this woman in a fucking house fire.
you're going to hell.
No, you know, David, it was only half a kidney.
It was only half a kid.
What? The kid had no legs, I understand, but still.
He was homeless kid with no legs.
Doesn't count. And you're like, what? Doesn't count.
Dude, I swear to God, somebody needs to make like a fucking animated fucking cartoon of like evil Dave Rose or
At the
Dave
gate.
Rose's fucking death.
At the gate, like. Oh, shit. I gotta take a pishad.
Go for it.
Yeah, I gotta take a quick piss. Why don't you say
for it.
hello to the chat? See
All right.
who we got in the chat tonight?
All right, what's up, everyone in the fucking chat? Shout out to Dave Rose as always. Shout out, sorry everyone, there's no fucking smug Canadian yesterday. I was feeling sick as shit. Hopefully we could get something to you this fucking Sunday or Saturday actually, because we got the election going on up here, and I'd really love for us to talk about it and the things going on and the differences in Canadians' elections opposed to Americans' elections. What else? Shout out to everyone though in the fucking chat. Real Talk, fucking Bullsy, fucking J.R. Smith, J Diz, fucking Vikings, fucking TJ21, fucking Cunny Chris. Dude, Cunny Chris, you on Friday was fucking funny as shit. Like that shit had me fucking dying, dude.
Yeah, Nick. What politicians, like, what are they running for in your country? What's going on?
It's basically it's a federal election, right? And it's done differently up here. Like you don't vote for the prime minister.
Yeah.
You know, like you don't vote for Trudeau. It's whoever has the most amount of seats. Rose is gonna kill me for this because I know he's gonna be like, no, he's getting it. But
Wrong.
But the X amount of districts, whatever, whoever gets the most seats, and can form government, you know, some shit, and whoever is the head of that party becomes like the prime minister or something. Dave,
Okay.
we're gonna have to do smug Canadians on it because he's gonna explain it.
Okay.
So when does that asshole run for his spot, Trudeau?
Well, he's running right now.
Oh, he is running?
Right now. This dude fucked up. Like, because he called the election, because it's not like America and shit where you for the most part, like, you don't just, this is the election date this time, we've got to get ready for it every 4 years.
Yeah.
He could have not called the election for another, like, year or two, I think, or some shit.
Oh, yeah, really? So why did he do it so early?
Because he thought he'd win, because he thought he'd have the poll numbers, but he fucked up because it's like the middle. There's going to be fucking lockdown, and this guy called an election because he wanted to win, because he had a minority. So when you have a minority government, you can't get shit passed without help of the other parties. If you have a majority government, you can do whatever you want, basically. So he was trying for a majority government, but he fucked up. So he's probably going to lose everything. Like, he's going to end up losing prime minister leadership of the Liberal Party of Canada. He's a fucking dunce.
So is that a good thing for you guys?
Honestly, he's no good. No, he's trash. He needs to go. But I like the minority governments, because then all the parties kind of have to work together.
Yeah.
We're not working with each other. Whatever. Fuck you, dude. I'm voting conservative. So, fuck him.
You're going in and out on your Skype a little bit.
I'm going.
Yeah, for some reason.
There we go. Hello? Am I good now?
Yeah.
And I want to take a second to say, fuck the goon, you motherfucker. All that fucking money to fucking points and shit to Rose, you piece of fucking shit. You are fucking done.
Hey, how do you think I feel? The goon, he made me, him and Schleppy, and made me champ one time. He doesn't even vote for me anymore.
No. This motherfucker always talking this shit about lean quality mask. You're a fucking twig. I would fucking snap you, goon. You're fucking done. And fucking Aru, you little motherfucker. Points to fucking Shannon. I come in to watch you play Pokemon, motherfucker. And you're giving fucking my points away? You're fucking done too.
Yeah. Whatchamacallit, we got to pick that night. I think it's going to be a week from this Friday. So this Friday night will be the regular Friday Night Fire. And I think the Friday after that, Chris and Filthy will be joining us on Friday night for for a Friday night Fire Insomniac.
All right.
And we'll have the championship that night. Me and Dave.
You know, it's fucking funny. That night I was half thinking of donating to myself.
Oh, no.
I can't I'll be like, gotta win this shit. What's that?
I don't think that would be the first time that happened.
Oh, God. Probably not, no.
Yeah, probably not. All right, so what else do we got here? What else do we have?
Was anything else going on in the community? I mean, is it...
Well, you got... All right, so you got this. You got... All right, so a lot of people in the community know Sean's Views shows, all right? Because it's a wrestling show. We've heard of him, pulled his dick out on air, the whole nine. Right, so for those of you who don't know, basically Troll Group is going over there, whatever you want to call them. But YR and Bullfrog and Tony from Revere and a bunch of trolls and Simo and all these fucking people are now going over there. And this is basically, this is how it is for the whole night. And I'll play you a clip right now for those of you who don't know how it is. This is how Sean's show now is. You ready?
Start getting out of here. That's all you fucking talk.
And also pay attention to the cat in the background, because when I heard it, I started losing my shit.
Start getting out of here. That's all you fucking talk about. I don't sexually harass nobody.
Oh, I'm sure we can get a bunch of people on here that can say that you have.
And this guy who's talking to him, they were trolling him. Him and YR was trolling this guy, who was trolling Bullfrog, right? But the guy who was trolling Bullfrog, I think a couple of people know him and know who he is. But dude, he sounds like the My Pillow guy. And I kept just picturing the My Pillow guy in my mind, fucking trying to trigger Bullfrog, and I was just losing my shit, man. It's just
There's people on here that can say that you have.
Dude.
Oh, I'm sure we can get a bunch of people on here that can say that you have.
Dude, shut the fuck up. Nobody cares. This ain't a fucking drama.
Everybody cares. Everyone cares. Everybody cares, Bullfrog.
Sean, I quit. Sean, I quit. Sean,
I quit. And then it goes to a promo. This is his show. Here's another one. This is his show now. Listen, this is Sean's View show now.
Right now, you motherfucker. Sean, get on air right now, you motherfucker. I'm done. Oh, see you,
You work with Scott McKinnon on the
No,
side.
I don't.
What?
You are.
Is that wire?
Yeah.
Ooh.
And then again, it goes to promo. So basically, for an hour and a half the other night, it was Bullfrog being triggered, and then Sean pressing his promos every time Bullfrog would get triggered. And the My Pillow guy was there. Hold on.
Destination for all WWE and AEW. Sean's View Entertainment.
What the fuck?
Why is it so quiet? Why aren't you saying anything?
Why don't you have
Tell
a
us
pillow
about-
from My Pillow?
Tell us about some wrestling, Bullfrog. What was your favorite match of all time?
Bullfrog just sitting there now, like he does on his channel, just sitting there. Because he said he quit. He said he quit, but yet he's still on the show and just sitting there now at this point. Listen.
Wow. This is like one of your streams
Who's that cat again?
that you've been doing for 6 years. Sit there and do nothing.
You go.
Oh, it's all I hear. It sounds like a human, bro. I keep thinking like this guy's got somebody chained up in his fucking room, like dressed like a cat or some shit. And then here's the last sound bite from there.
Dude, go fuck off. Sean, get on here right now.
So Sean, his way of putting on this troll show is he tells people that he's doing wrestling like he used to for fucking 9 years, and then he leaves the show, pulls a YR and leaves the show, and then brings in people to trigger Prince and Bullfrog. Now it's just Bullfrog because I think Prince caught on to it and kind of left or something. But now it's just Bullfrog. So he does this and leaves the show and then just keeps bringing people on to trigger him. So here's the last one.
On here right now.
Did you hear that, bro? He goes and plays the promo over him fucking flipping out. Listen.
Go fuck off.
Listen.
Sean, get on here right
I was dying, bro.
Dude, it's like he's trying to do a fucking radio show. Like, hey, look at our wild, crazy show. Going to the promo now.
I know. Then this idiot, Sean's View, comes on today, right, and goes, I want to apologize to everybody. I have not been doing the show that I normally do, and I want to apologize. I'm getting rid of everybody, and I'm starting fresh, a new refresh, a new Stess, a new Pesh, a new Lesh, starting fresh. And I'm like, oh, God. I knew it was a matter of time till I heard that, you know. But if he thinks that it's just, you know, hey, guys, I just want to let you know I'm starting fresh, so I really don't need you guys to call in anymore or troll me. Good luck with that, my friend, because...
dude, people tried to warn him.
Yeah, now he's going to be stuck with it, even if he doesn't want it. See, that's what happens, Sean. Eventually, you don't want it around. But guess what? Now it's around, and it ain't leaving. It's not as simple as, I'm starting refresh. It don't work like that, Sean. Sorry.
Dude, like, anyone who ever would want to get in the drama, I'd tell them, dude, if you want to get into it, you have to be prepared to live with it.
Yeah.
Because it's not a valve you could turn on and off.
I told the guy, Prince Idol, bro, I heard you cried because you know somebody sent you a cock and all that, right? And he was like, no. And I said, well, my advice to you is you don't let anyone know anything about your private life or your name or anything like that, and don't talk to anybody about your private life. And that's my advice to you. And that's what I told him. And that's how I left off with him and Bullfrog today after their Skype call with me. And I also told Bullfrog, like, dude, listen, I don't put you on my show because you do stupid shit like leave my shit and go right over to Joe's like an asshole. You can't just pick a fucking show you're going to be on for the night and just make that the show you're on. You got to go play fucking games where you're going to go surf the shows now. And it's disrespectful to the people that you're on. So, like, if you didn't plan on staying on the show that night, don't fucking come on. And you know what? I got to pat myself on the back that I don't put this guy on at all, ever. And you know what? I'm not going to that much either anyway up in the future, because it's like every time I put him on, it's like a disrespectful fucking thing to me. It really is. It's like, you call me, I could put him on every fucking show that I do. Okay? He could be on every show I do. But I don't fucking put him on, you know? And the one time I put him on, he goes and makes a dick move. And it's always like, you know, if Joe wasn't calling you and telling you to leave my shit and to come on to his, and then you just left and did it, it might be worse. So I can't be as mad, but it's a stupid fucking move, and it's just disrespectful, and it just goes to show you,
dude,
there's no reason to put him
what
on.
it tells me is Joe knows he doesn't have shit. That's what it fucking tells me. Because if you are so hard up for someone to be on your fucking show that you call it fucking bullfrog, fucking bullfrog.
That is true.
You try to poach bullfrog. Like, bullfrog's a shitter. And nobody wants them on his show for anything longer than X amount of minutes just to laugh at a bit. Joe is the only person in this community that would put that guy on for any longer than that, because he's a fucking dumb shit and he has no one else.
Dude, Joe,
if he had anyone else, they wouldn't.
Joe obviously thinks the world of Bullfrog, bro. I mean, he puts him on thumbnails. He asks him like real deal questions during like big shows that he's having. Like, what did you feel about that match? And lets him talk for fucking like 7 minutes straight. So like, Joe obviously thinks a lot about Bullfrog and thinks a lot about him, thinks that he's a talented guy, I guess. I mean, it's pretty obvious at this point that he thinks he's a talented dude.
Yeah, I mean, no. Because fucking, he doesn't have anything. Like,
Joe thinks that though, but right or wrong, I mean, it's got to be definite. Joe definitely thinks that this guy is a talented motherfucker. He puts him on thumbnails. He begs him to leave.
He's replacing Tommy, is what it is.
He begs him to leave shows, bro. He begs him to leave shows. Dude, like, he told me Joe was begging him. Like, yo, come on, you got it.
Bullfrog lies his ass
Well, I know that. And I said to him, I want to see some type of proof that you're saying this and it's true. And then he showed me some screenshots and shit. And, you know, it's true. It wasn't as bad as he said, but it's true, you know? It was true.
Well, I mean, dude, who cares? It's fucking Bullfrog. See, what does that tell you about the co-host situation? Joe has to beg your literal fucking scraps.
That's bad.
To come be on his shows. It's fucking scraps.
That's bad. And he's
to get on
and he's mad, pissed off about a belt gimmick. First of all, the belt gimmick was kicked around by me when I first was friends with Joe, and he knows that. And if he was truthful with everybody, he'd admit that. And the second thing is, he takes everything and uses it. He used the fucking king crown that I wanted to use at one point. He takes the fucking wheel. He uses everything. So eventually, if you use something, you're gonna use something that he's using because he uses everything. So
but
eventually,
everyone has that shit, dude.
You know what I'm saying? Like, eventually, you're going to run into the same thing he's using, yes. And like I said about the belt, people were telling me to get it for the longest time, and I did it. And you know what? They proved that it was fun. We had fucking fun with it. That first night with it was crazy. That Friday night, this week was crazy with it, how it ended and everything. It was a fucking whacked out, crazy show.
Dude, it was great until I saw you scribble all those Dave names down on those pieces of paper. But
yeah. Yeah, right. Shannon won't cheat. Trust me. I would put my name in there.
Oh, you'd be
Why
like,
would I put Dave's name?
Just write a bunch of Daves.
I would, if I was cheating, I would have told her to put my name in there. Fuck that.
Yeah.
I could have won that night.
Yeah, but see, that's anticlimactic. You know, you gotta have a fucking show. I did hear fucking a clip of Drew saying he wanted a 3-man fucking match. I appreciate it.
I heard Drew saying that.
There, but you know, they won.
Well, maybe we should do like a spin the wheel night next Friday, and maybe we could find a way to get Nicky Nines back into the finals.
I don't know, man.
Hey, we'll see.
We'll
see, man.
Talk to the people about that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. There's been a lot of people that reached out to me and said, "Hey, what if I did this, or what if this happened? Can you put Nicky back in?" And I said, you know. And then somebody also asked me about having Mellow Yellow there Friday night. For Dave Rose.
Can you get Dave to lose his shit?
I don't know. He said we
want to see Dave Rose, like, because here's what's gonna happen if Mello's coming on there and Dave knows. Dave is gonna get good and sauced, and he's gonna be fucking ready. He's gonna get on cam and he's be like, "Fuck you, Mello."
Oh
and
my
just
God!
pass out.
Could you guys imagine hearing Filthy Mouth Gamer, Cunny Chris, Mellow Yellow, myself, Shannon, Dave Rose, Nicky Nines, and Mars Mira on the same show?
That would be a hell, because Tommy's gonna try everything in his power to get on there.
Well, see, we couldn't have anybody else on because that's so many people right there. But, the only people that really need to be there is like me and Dave, other than the cast that's already there. So, like, you guys, obviously, you and Shannon and me and Dave. But like I said, I wanted to merge both shows together. So, like, if Filthy was going for the championship, he would have to be there that night. So I'm trying to see if we can get him here on next Friday and Chris. So it looks like it's lining up to be that night.
You could always just do what Joe does and bring out another shitty belt and just let us all vie for that one. What was it called? The Out of Nowhere or fucking Out of Ideas belt?
Out of Ideas belt. That's fucking great. The totally out of spins belt. Out of
squabble over there.
Out of spins on the wheel belt.
Out of spins, out of donations belt. I'm out of donations in
tax.
Fucking...
Yo, tax time belt.
Yeah, it should be tax time belt, dude. He should break it out every time around fucking April. We got the tax time championship here. I can't afford them. You can't fucking help me. Give me the fucking money. Whoever does this, and it'll be D. Welsh.
Oh God, here it is. Here's Goon. Justice for Cunny, he says.
Hashtag justice for Cunny.
You know what's fucking great? You know what's great about that?
Yeah.
Is, like, you could tell, you guys are close. Obviously, your family, you're close.
Yeah.
But him saying the shit like, well, I've been here a while. Should I get some of those points? It makes me think that you guys are comfortable with each other enough that he'll just walk in your house and go right into your fucking fridge.
Oh, yeah,
and take out a piece of fucking pie, start eating the motherfucker.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
that's how we are, yeah. That's how I am with him, man. I know, well, he's my cousin, so.
Yeah.
Me and him, dude, he used to sleep over my house when I was like, how old was I? I was probably like 22, and he was like 16. And he would sleep over and hang out with me and my friends, like if we played cards or we were hanging out at my house and drinking. And he'd come over, fucking hang out with all of us. I remember one night we got him so trash, bro, that he was throwing up all over the place, and his grandmother was there because we had like this block party. And we were like, Chris, you're sleeping over, right? And he was like, yeah. And he was drinking and partying, right? And by the end of the night, we're like, oh, look at Chris is going home with his grandmother, and his head was down. He had a jacket over him. And we're like, Chris, you're partying still, right? And he was like, oh, man, I got to go home. My grandmother. You go with your grandma now. You with your grandma. And we kept doing that to him, bro. He's getting pissed. And the next day, we were breaking his balls going, he ain't go home with his grandma, huh? But yeah, and then one night he got really stoned, right? Because he didn't really smoke much. And he got really stoned. He had to be like 17 years old. And we're laying down in the room. He's laying on a blow-up mattress. I'm on my bed. And it's really quiet. And all of a sudden, he says, you get it? And I went, I went, dude, do you realize you didn't tell a joke? And he went, I didn't tell you the joke. And I went, no, all you said was you get it. I was like, you're high as fuck, aren't you?
Dude, I can't even hate on that. The first time I really got high, because you know how they say when you smoke weed for the first time you don't really get high because you can't tell.
Yeah.
But the first time I actually got high, we're sitting there talking, and I'm all and I'm like, after I said the, like a fucking moron, like a baboon. So it just, that shit happens, dude.
You get it? I was like, no, I didn't get it because you didn't tell me the joke, you fucking whack job. Fucking twat cream.
Twat cream.
I love twat cream.
Twat cream.
I love putting cream in my twat. All right, so I said before we end the show, I wanted to touch on the Tony again real quick. Like I said before,
Dude, that sounds so fucking gay. I want to
touch on Tony again. I said before, I want to like the guy, right?
But why?
And
I don't get why.
Just like I want to like anybody else, man. Just like I once was with fucking YR and SC Steve, and as far as I was concerned, I said, like, if he came into the chat and he was all right, like, and he wasn't causing a problem, I don't see the big deal, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but he's caused too much shit, man.
But the mods,
he doesn't have the history. You got to keep in mind also that he doesn't have the history that YR and fucking everyone does. Like, he's this new guy that came out of nowhere. He doesn't act like a prick.
He doesn't, and you know, it's kind of weird to put a. It's kind of weird to have a Rookie of the Year on a you know, drama awards ceremony. But you know, what are you gonna do? He was complaining about that he's not Rookie of the Year and this and that, and we all know who the Rookie of the Year is. I'm on a show with him right now. This is the Rookie of the Year from last year.
Wait, what?
You're the rookie.
Me?
You remember?
Oh, I thought you were talking about yourself. I'm like, wait.
No, you. You remember?
You're pointing at yourself. I'm like, you motherfucker.
Do you remember you won it? You won it.
Yeah, no, I won that shit last year. Fucking everyone trying to cut my cakes, but I've been here too long. I'm
you're
fucking.
the official.
I'm a vet now.
Yeah, you're the official title holder of that right now. For right now.
Yeah. I gotta fucking hand that down to somebody who's worthy.
Until the next award ceremony, until the next Muni's. You know, even if Dave, he can. That's the drama one that he's naming. You know, so, but I definitely know who the category is for me from when we do this in January. And if anybody new steps up between now and then, which I doubt is going to happen, I already know like who, you know, it's probably almost the same amount of guys. But listen, I know there are some new people that jumped onto the scene lately and fucking, you know, whether you like them or not, you know, and like I said, yeah, I get what you're saying, and you're right about a lot of things with Tony, and so is Dave, and so is a lot of other people, right? But I feel like, you know, he did kind of show his true colors on like latching on to certain people and like doing that type of thing where, and then I saw that tweet from him about donations and going, you know, I donate to Sean's View, like he's donating to Sean's View and reminding Sean's View that he donates to him. That right there, it tells me, you know, like, you know, obviously you're just donating to the guy just for the clout. I mean, it's pretty obvious when you say something like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? If you're not in there saying something like, hey, man, great show, then and you're saying something like, oh, you know, I'm here to cover wrestling. I can't wait to do a show with him. And, hey, I'm a top donator here. Like, that's just saying, like, you know, that's just, you know, that shit drives me and a lot of other people away. And it's like, that's why I want to like Tony, because if Tony was real about shit and like wasn't clout chasing and doing shit like that, he'd be a funny guy to fuck around with and to talk to every once in a while and to have on and bullshit with. He would be. Yeah, but that's the thing. I agree. Like, I can deal with Tony. I can have a conversation with him, be just fine. The problem with him is he can't just keep to that. He's got that cunty part of him that he is just part of him, and you have to accept that cunty part if you want the other part. Of like YR did, right?
Yeah, but I mean, I could deal with YR's stupid shit, and I don't talk to YR. Like YR, like I don't.
No. I'm saying YR had a deal like with a lot of shit because I remember him saying like, if you want to be cool with Tony, you got to deal with him every once in a while, like throwing you under the bus, like really like you know, sleight of hand way, and also have the possibility of him just bouncing on you in your show at the drop of a hat if something better comes along. And I was like, damn, so that's what you got to sacrifice to be his friend? Like, holy Jesus, YR, like, really? And I didn't believe YR when he said that at first, because I didn't think Tony was doing all that or like that, you know? But then when you see how he transitioned back to Joe and then went over to Sean's View, and then the tweets that, not the tweets, but the donations I seen, the screenshots, and some of the stuff that was in the chat, it's like, fuck, man. You know, even if I wanted to be like, hey, Tony, come on to the show tonight, or, hey, come and call in during this show, you know, we'll have fun, or, you know, I can't do that. I can't fucking do that now, because it's like, I can't. It's just, you know, and that's why I say, like, I want to like the guy and shit, and I understand why Joe put him on. Joe put him on for many reasons. Joe didn't just put him on because he's talented, okay? Just like I didn't put, you know, Mellow Yellow on just because of talent, right? I put him on because he's my friend. I don't think Joe put on Tony because he's his friend at all. You know, that's pretty obvious. He put him on for a couple of reasons. One was he was donating to him. Two was if he didn't have him on that show, he'd be on fucking YR's bashing the shit out of Joe, probably still to today, right?
Oh, of course you. Oh, dude, yeah.
So
of course you would.
You know,
it'd be funny if Rookie of the Years for Muni's. Check it out. Drum roll. Rookie of the Years, fucking 2000. What would it be? 21 or 2000? Yeah, 2021 Muni's. Prince Idol. Oh my God.
dude, he was saying to fucking to Dave, I should be, I'm the one with all the the heat right now. I'm the one with all the clout. I'm the one that everybody wants on the shows. He said that to me, and he said that to fucking to Dave, bro. This kid.
What?
Yeah, he said I should be rookie of the year. I'm the one who's got all the drama chasing him. I'm the one who's got all this, I'm the one who's getting all the heat. I'm the one who, I'm a free agent. I'm like, dude, this kid is like thinking about like, dude, you need to change your first name to American. You really do, because you're treating this like it's some kind of like stepping stone to stardom. Like, chill, slow your roll, bro. Like, slow your roll, man. And I tried to give the kid advice. He's a young kid, you can tell, and he's very wet behind the ears. And just by the way he talks, and he don't curse, right? You could tell he was raised by, he was sheltered, okay? The kid was sheltered, all right? He was ripped apart by somebody trolling him for one night. One night. Think of all the shit that we've all been through in this community. Even the people in the chat, some of the people in the chat that were harassed by certain people in this community. Think of all the shit that we've all been through in this community. The amount of shit, right, that we've had thrown in our faces from some real big tyrant scumbags. And you still have scumbags like Simo over there, Chris Moore, still taking fucking clips of shows that he says that he hates. He hates, right? And now donating to Joe heavily to get his fucking name and his name thrown out there like he's doing something big. And he's trying to win over Joe again so he can get Joe on his side. And of course he sees the spots because he probably heard Joe take a couple of shots. He probably knows Joe's pissed off about this and that now. So what perfect timing to get yourself back into the mix by donating, right? Simo,
dude,
all these people.
I would love if he had started having Simo on the show so I could laugh my fucking ass off at the quality of that show.
Dude, I wish he would. I wish he would put Simo on, bro. I would beg for that. Like, I beg Joe, put him on. Please put him on. Please put him on your shit, dude. Please.
You do exactly what Danny does. Just sit there.
Yeah. And then, Danny finally gets called on to fucking talk, right? And just why Joe even calls on this dude is I have no clue. But he finally gets called on to talk during the UFC show that they did because somebody sent me the clip of this, and it was fucking funny as shit because he's like, yeah, you see how we punched him there? Yeah, and if he holds him down like that, he could probably get him to tap out. Right, Danny? Don't you think he can get him to something right there, Danny? And then all of a sudden you hear, what? What? Don't you think that he can get him to tap out there or something? And he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And he's like, oh, don't you think that, and he's like, oh, yeah, you see here? This is like where he could be like tapped out like here. And yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck? You just repeated what Joe said, first of all, and you didn't even know what the fuck is going on. Why are you there? Why are you there? And it just answers my question every time Joe calls on him to say something. It just answers my question every time. He's obviously there because if he doesn't get let on, he's going to turn around and say, you know what? No more steak dinner. I'm kicking the shit out of you, motherfucker, when I come to Boston.
But, dude, that's what it's going to be. You can't even describe and give the play-by-play.
Yeah, he's horrible. He's that horrible, bro. This guy... Yeah. Only thing he brings to the table, and it's like, I don't want to diss him as a human being. I mean, maybe he's good at other things. He's probably good at MMA, whatever the fuck he does.
Polishing knobs,
but he just, maybe he's good at fucking blowing dudes. I don't know. But the thing is, you think you would get good at that being the bitch in jail like he probably is. But, you would think like, you'd be ready to go and ready to say something when you're on a fucking show like that with that many people watching, but nope, and that proves to me why he's on there and why, and when he does come on and he has something to say, it's a story about himself that's some kind of lame ass fucking, probably made up story half the time anyway. So it's just,
maybe that's why he gets along with Gargut so well.
Yeah, these are the guys that you have on there, man. These are the guys that Joe has on there, and then complains when two people come together and have a good time, that have been friends the entire time. We've been friends the entire time. It's not like me and him became friends after he left your show. Me and him have been friends the entire time. But nope, he's still pissed about it. But you know what?
Gives a fuck, dude.
Yeah,
I don't know.
really
Good on
care.
Drew for coming on, honestly.
Yeah,
Like,
you know
good on
what?
him for coming on and having a good time and shit. The shit. He sounded pretty fucking drunk, by the way.
He had a good time, and you know, you're thanking him because he did want you back in the race, and I get it. But
I mean, he is a cheddar salesman, and I think he sold you all on the idea. So
he was pushing for you hard, bro. I'll tell you that. He was. But he, you know, listen, he had a good time. We had a good time. You know, Joe wasn't mentioned by us, and we just chilled out and had a great time. That's about it. Like, so, like, what are you so fucking mad about, Joe? It's like, get a grip, get a life, dude. Get a life. If you weren't such a dick, maybe we'd all be like, hey, let's do a reunion show with Joe. Let's do a reunion show with Joe. Let's get everybody together. Let's put it on Joe's Patreon, or let's do this on Joe's Patreon, and then do this on Ken's, and then do this on Drew's, and then you know, like, maybe we could do all those things. But nope, because you got to be such a piece of shit, you get deprived of actually having real people on your shit, as opposed to fucking, you know, paymen that are there, you know, pay to playmen. So, you know, it's a shame because things could be better, but they're not, because, you know, this guy's got an ego the fucking size of a fucking, you know, Goodyear blimp, you know?
Yeah. The only one that matches in this community is Tony's. Maybe Rivals did, actually.
Well, I don't know, man. That guy, Prince American Idol, he's pretty close, bro. I mean, the way he was talking, bro, he was like, I'm the one that's got all the heat. I'm the one that everybody's trying to get on their shows. I'm the hottest guy in the fucking community right now. I'm the one who should be Rookie of the Year. And, you know, Dave explained Rookie of the Year, okay, to me, on my award show, the one I did last year for the first time. We were talking 3 years about doing it, and I finally did it. And this year, like I've been telling everybody, it's going to be so much better because I know what to do now since I did it. And in my show, the criteria is kind of like what Dave was saying, but maybe even a little more, because Dave was saying, you know, Rookie of the Year is not just somebody who just jumps on other people's shows. Like, listen, you have to broadcast. You actually have to broadcast from your own channel if you want to be a rookie, if you want to be known. If you're not broadcasting from your own channel, guess what? You're just a co-host.
Yeah. 100%.
That's what you are. You're just a co-host. Okay, there's a difference. If you broadcast from your own channel, you're a host. If you do not broadcast from your own shit, you are the best you're going to get out of it is maybe co-host.
Supporting cast.
Supporting cast, yeah. So, and that's the way it should be, because you do have to do your own shit, because nobody knows the rigors of coming on here and doing all this shit. And the award ceremony that I did, it took me 3 hours just to get the logos ready, for Christ's sake, and then all the scenes I used took another 3 hours, and like it took a long fucking time to set everything up if you want it done the right way, you know. And it's pain fucking work, because you're just sitting on the computer for hours on your fat ass, you know, and it's like, goddamn, I want to get up already, but you can't. So it is a lot of work, and I commend anybody who does that. And that's why, if you want to be a rookie, you want to be this, you want to get recognition, well, then you got to actually do it like C-Man did this year.
Well, he's been around for like fucking 3 weeks as far as this community is concerned. Like, what the fuck, Rookie of the Year, dude?
And
you gotta get a few more bats.
Like Nick did. Nick came in 2020 and broadcast, and actually had people watching his broadcast. And that's what made him Rookie of the Year, because he was the newest, hottest guy in the community who was doing shows. Right?
The good old days when people liked me before I got replaced by C-Man and Dave Rose.
No one could ever replace you, bro.
Before they took my thunder from me.
No one could ever replace Nicky Nines. Trust me,
dude. Trust me. If I really, I'd be streaming like a motherfucker if I gave a shit about it. But I've been adamant about it before. The only reason I ever did it was because of fucking Mars didn't want it on his channel. Like, he's like, just take it somewhere else, and that's the only reason I even made a fucking channel. Whatsoever.
Well, regardless, man, you still made a channel and you did your thing. So, like, the whole criteria, there is a criteria to meet, and you know, if you're not broadcasting on your own, you can't be considered a rookie. That you're co-host at best. And that's how I feel about that. So, yeah, that is definitely a true thing. And, you know, with Tony, he's co-host everywhere he goes. And you know what? If I was Tony, I would fucking, I don't know why he's not doing this, okay? Because it's as easy as turning on your computer, right? I get there's a lot of other work if you want backgrounds and you want to do all kinds of big shit like I do, like Joe does, you know, like certain shows do in the community where they have to work on a lot of shit, right? I get it. Maybe you don't want to do that and put that much time and effort into it. Yeah. But like, at least come in and hit the button and go live, man. And maybe that's the best thing for a guy like him now. Because listen, whether I like you or not, whether I want to like you or not, and this goes to Tony, whether I want to like you or not, whether the bottom line is, I think you've burned your name in this community. And I think the only way that you could relinquish this and come back from something and actually have people like, okay, you know what, he's not a bad guy, he's accepted, you know, blah, 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 if that's what you want, is I think really the only choice you have at this point is to fucking start your own shit, to go on there and press your own button and start your own show. Because I think you need to talk to people, I think you need to interact with people, and I think you need to be honest with them if you want to be in this community and if you still want to be accepted. Because it looks like you do. It looks like he does by being in chats like mine, a person that had a brawl with him, you know, and went through all this shit. You know what I mean? If he's being seen in those chats, then obviously he wants to be, you know, hey, I want to just chill and be accepted and be able to go in there and relax and have a good time, drink and enjoy myself, maybe even call in. Well, if you want that, you have to redeem yourself and you have to have some redeeming qualities. And I think going on air on your own right now is probably the best thing you could do. It was the best thing for YR to do. Yeah. Look what he did when he went back on air, right? When he started going on air for real. People were loving it, right? People were loving it. He changed his whole shit, didn't he? Did he not, Nick? Come on.
Yeah, no, he did. He completely changed it. And, but that's the thing. Tony doesn't want to do that, which is stupid to me because, like, I'm like Dave. Dave and I are similar. We don't put a lot of graphical effort into our shit.
Yeah.
But we put a lot of effort into what we're doing, and if he could go on and do that, you know, then and show himself and show not to be just this fussy little cunt. He would be on more of a path to redemption because so far all he shows is this prima donna co-host thing. Like, why isn't my trailer fucking ready? Is this fucking seltzer water, you cocksucker? You know, like, he needs to change that shit.
Yeah,
like you said.
And I think that would be the only way. It's not by going on other people's shit. You're not going to change it that way by going on other people's shit or going into their chats. You might, or after a long time of going into chats and people figuring out like, oh, he hasn't talked shit to me in a long time, like I'm cool with him. Yeah, you might be able to switch things around in that sense, but it's going to take a long time. It's going to, like, if you really want it, and like if you don't want it, then don't even bother being in chats. But it seems like he does want people to like him again and to be accepted to the point where I'm thinking, hey, if you want to come in and just chill and watch shows and that's cool. If you're thinking of coming back in and trying to get on shows and shit and trying to get in with people and shit, well, like, that's a lot of work ahead of you to fucking be like, hey, you know, accept me back on your shit. You know, I mean, I don't know what his plan
All right, wait.
You know?
Is he trying to come back because he wants to hang out, or is it because fucking Sean's View tossed him?
Well, see, that's what I don't see. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Like, if
I
we don't
know.
see him on Sean's View anymore, we know because Tony
I don't think
just
you're gonna
go somewhere.
No,
for
I don't.
reason.
I don't think you're gonna see him on Sean's View no more because, from what I heard, Sean's View this morning said that he's getting rid of all the people on his show and starting fresh again.
You know why I don't want Tony around? Because Tony reminds me of a fucking scandalous whore. You ever? I mean, I know you've really. I don't know how many women you've dated in your life. But you ever hear of these women who literally they wait till they have another man waiting and then they leave?
Yeah, oh yeah.
That's what Tony is. He's that fucking bitch that she's not happy in the relationship, but she's not leaving yet because shit ain't that bad.
Yeah.
But the second there's another fucking dude around, she fucking leaves. Tony's a fucking woman, dude. He's a fucking broad.
Man, if he wasn't that... Let me ask you this. If he wasn't that blatant with it, right, like he has been, right, would you look at him differently?
No, because, dude, I want people that are fucking down for the cause. Like, that's my point. Like, I don't have to worry about bullshit with you and fucking Dave.
Yeah.
Like, our shit's solid there. Like, I've had people, tell me before, well, go ahead fucking Ken, go ahead. It's like,
I know,
dude.
for what reason?
I'm not going at Dave because Dave and Ken are my friends.
Yeah.
So when I do the 9God shit, I'm trying to be a real fucking prick. Why would I want to hurt my friends?
Exactly.
Or attack my friends? I have no desire to do that. And whatever happens between any of us, You know, barring some weird fucking crazy shit like, you know, you murdered my father, weird shit like that. I'm not gonna we have a disagreement. I'm not gonna turn around and try to hurt you.
Same thing with
try
me.
to hurt your family. It's stupid, dude.
Well, that's like the same thing. People coming to me telling me I got to go and address this situation with Dave Rose. And I'm like, what situation? Oh, what he dogged out Mello. And I'm like, okay, and what's your point? Like, oh, you have to go stick up for your friend. And I'm like, no, I don't. They're both my friends. Both of those guys are my friends. So I'm not going to go to one guy and stick up for the other. They could go handle that shit themselves. I don't need to be in the fucking middle of that, you know?
Well, the thing with that is these people don't know the real Dave Rose at all.
No, they don't.
Like, it's
they don't,
like, dude, like,
they don't get it. Yeah, but you know what? Dude, it's better off they don't know, Nick. It's better off they don't know. Because if they did, he couldn't be the guy he is on air.
No.
You know what I'm saying? If they knew who he really was and what he really is, they would be like, oh, it's, you know, like, you know.
Yeah, I know. It's letting them breaking the kayfabe.
Yeah, whatever, you know what I'm saying? It kind of takes away from Devious Dave, you know? But you know what? Like, only a certain amount of people are lucky enough to fucking know each other like that in this community, you know? And it's like, you know, I get why some people might think what they think about him. But like I've said a million times, like, rest assured, yeah, okay, I get what you're saying, and yeah, okay, he said this, and he made that, and he said this, and he said that, but just trust me, if you don't fuck with him, he ain't gonna fuck with you. And even if you fuck with him, he's only gonna fuck with you as much as you fucked with him. Plain and simple. He's not gonna go, you know, he might go a little further than that with you, but he's not gonna, like the whole thing with Travis TLC. You know, he said, oh, I'm going to go after your job, or I'll do this, or I'll do that. That's just because he was drilling his uncle. It was a private thing, you know, and it was something that, like, he took disrespect to. He felt he was disrespected, you know, and so he went that route with it. Did he do it? No, he didn't actually do it like a Scott McKinnon actually would, or a Chris Moore actually would do it. He wouldn't do, like, if you fuck with him and you do that to him, he's going to do it to you. But if you're not doing that and he knows, like, okay, like a guy like Bullfrog, yeah, he's going to fuck with him, but you know what? He's not going to hurt him behind the scenes. He's not going to hurt him behind the scenes, okay? You want to get mad and you want to fucking pick on people that hurt people behind the scenes and you want to drill those scumbags? Well, you know who their names are. Go talk to Simo and fucking SC Steve and fucking Scott McKinnon. Go talk to those guys. Go talk to those people, because those are the people who will stalk you, tell you your show sucks, but they'll watch every word you fucking say. They'll clip you. They'll jerk off to you. They'll act like they hate you. They'll dog you constantly. But the thing is, you live in their brain constantly. Constantly. Oh, yeah. They're not out trying to get girls. They're not out trying to find a better job or better their life. They're there all day long thinking of Ken, Nick, and Dave, and all the rest of the boys. That's what they're doing all day long.
I guess, you know.
You know?
Well, at least somebody thinks about me that much. Sure, my fucking wife, Jesus Christ.
Guarantee you that there's been cum hitting thumbs in this fucking community thinking about our faces. Guarantee it.
Probably.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, fuck it,
You know?
dude. Fuck them. Fuck them, dude. I don't care about those people. I got the people around me in this community that I fucking care about. I wish Mars was here. He's fucking doing his fucking thing right now, but, you know.
Yeah, we're holding it down for Mars. Mars has the red carpet. He knows whatever show he wants to come on to, whatever show he doesn't want to be at, it's there. He's there to come in anytime, you know. And when he could come back, he'll be here. Until then, you know, we got his back, and we keep in touch with him, and we're tight with the dude, and we check in with each other. We see how each other's families are. I just spoke to him the other day, you know, so it's like we're all good. Everybody's all good. Like when Lucky Lowe went and took a break for a long time, you know, he's gone, but I still hit him up every once in a while. You know, same thing with Chris. And, like, we stay in touch with each other, man. We're not barbaric assholes. We actually care and give a fuck about each other's families and lives, you know, and yeah, I know it's kind of weird to hear that for some people. It's kind of weird, like, wow, how dare these guys be friends with each other? Like, how dare you not go the route like so many other people have went in this community, where you act like you're friends, but you're really not, and everybody talks about it, everybody's behind their back and stab each other in the back and act like you're friends, but you're really not. No, We do the opposite. We do where we actually do give a fuck about each other. We actually do watch out for each other. We actually do care if each other are all okay and our families are all right. We check in, and we don't talk shit behind each other's backs. And it's very easy to do that in this community, because I'll tell you, I could have did it today very easily. When Bullfrog and Prince came to me, they both were complaining about Dave. Could have been very easy for me to be like, oh, you know, ba to them, right? But no, I didn't. I would never talk shit behind my friends' backs. Even if I think they're wrong, I still wouldn't do that. I'm not raised that way. I never was, you know, and I explained to those guys, like, you know, if you do the right thing, you won't have to hear Dave, because they were complaining about hearing Dave. And I'm like, well, if you do the right thing, you're not going to have to hear him. He just calls out the bullshit, man. So if you're not...
They don't just don't listen to him.
Yeah.
Like, that's the weird thing for me. Dude.
I know.
If you don't like something, why would you ever listen to him?
Well, I could understand.
Like,
I could understand, because when Joe was going at me and he would go on to like a drama god, you know, yeah, I'm not going to watch and fuck it. I'm not going to, you know, be pissed off that he's doing it. But there is a part of you who's like, oh, fuck, now all these people got to hear me getting bashed to shit now over there. And it does affect you, you know?
Oh, dude, I would listen because I want the content. I'd be like, okay, cool, I get to rebuttal to that. That's the only reason I would listen. But that's only...
Well, you're advanced, though. You're advanced, though. But people that have been in the community, like, only for a short amount of time, they're not advanced to that level yet. Like, I wasn't to that level yet. I would let that shit bother me. I would let it bother me. Like, I couldn't believe, wow, what are these guys doing on there talking about me? I have to call in and defend myself. I'm way past that now, where I don't need to call in to defend myself. I'm way past that now. And I'm past that because I learned, you know, and there's a lot of people that still need to learn that get affected by the chat and the fucking, all the bullshit that goes with it. And one thing can fucking trigger them, you know? So, and you know, a guy like Sean's View, he knows that. So it's not a coincidence that Sean View disappears and lets in all these people to fucking fuck with Bullfrog. It's not a coincidence. He's actually trying to capitalize on the same thing that Joe thinks he's capitalizing on with Bullfrog. You know, this like, you know, have a mental case here so I can, you know, it's the circus. You know, that's what Sean wanted. He wanted a little bit of that circus, right? And he got it. But what he doesn't understand is now he's got it for good. And he's going to have it for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
And he's not going to like it.
It's not going anywhere.
Yeah, because months from now, you're still going to have it. It's like a fucking STD. It's going to linger in your balls for a fucking long time. Trust me.
Dude, you have no many times I wish I could wash the community off my dick. I'm taking an iron brush to the motherfucker, and it's still there. It's fucked up.
Yeah, but I'm talking not the whole community. I'm talking about just that part of the community. You know,
no,
like
I'm
joking.
Yeah,
that is the dirty part of the fucking, like, when you got SC Steve calling your shit and trying to act like he's a normal, good human being that's on the phone just talking about wrestling and just, you know, when you got that happening, oh, God, I feel so bad for you, because I went through it. And then the aftermath of that, when you finally find out that he's an asshole and you still get calls for the next 3 years, even when you find out he's an asshole, because Sean View's not even in that realm yet of like, oh, I didn't know that he's like this. Oh, once he finds that out, he's still going to have to deal with them. So have fun with that, Sean's View.
Oh, God, dude, and there's no going away, and it's the back and forth, and it's the apologies over and over. You're stuck with it, dude.
Yeah, you're stuck, dude. And I'd hate to be you, and I was you, and you know what? You can have it, bro. I hope you have fun with it. I hope you can tame that beast, because if you can't, you're just going to be in the same fucking door as a lot of other people. And you know, like, man, when I don't know whether to believe what I heard from Joe now or not. Like when I heard, like, you know, oh yeah, you know, Young Republican, STD Steve really did hurt me. I don't know whether to believe that or not. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if he did go along and do that, because when he was threatening to do that shit to Joe, we were stopping him, and we were the ones that were telling him, if you do that, we're going to report it to Joe. We're going to tell Joe that you did that, and we're going to fuck you for it, because you shouldn't be doing that. Even if Joe's the biggest cocksucker in the world, you shouldn't be doing that.
No, you don't go after his livelihood.
No.
The dude's got fucking kids to fucking feed. He's got a fucking wife.
Not
He's
unless,
fucking another man.
Not unless he goes after your livelihood. If he goes after your livelihood, then he's fair game. But dude, Joe didn't go after his livelihood. There was no reason for him to do that.
Honestly, for me, I couldn't, because the kids, man. Like, I would never want to, like, I know the meme is taking a sandwich out of his kid's mouth and shit, you know, blah, blah, blah. But I would never want to sit there and be like, oh, cool, we destroyed his life. Because what's going to happen? Like, if Joe's livelihood, dude, fucking Leia's going to fucking run for it. Like, she's going to take off, dude. Like, she's already probably got one foot out the fucking door.
Oh, dude, well,
you know,
I mean, you know,
just,
dude, she, look, she knows Joe. She knows Dan. She knows Dan Cronin. All right, we know Joe Cronin, right? She knows Dan Cronin. And she knows the used car salesman who is Dan Cronin. Right? Mm-hmm. And she knows the deal. You know, I don't even need to get more into it, but his wife knows the deal. You could hear it in the things she says when she's on air. You could hear how she interacts with him. She knows the deal. She knows the deal that he lies. She knows that he finagles. She knows that he schemes. She knows it. Mm-hmm. She knows it. That's why she doesn't come on everything or support everything. You know? I mean, she knows it. It's pretty evident. It's pretty evident if you've been paying attention. You know?
No.
So, but anyway... Yeah, that's about it, right?
No hard feelings, yeah.
No hard feelings about anything we said. I mean, it is, listen, we're just trying to be honest. This is from the heart. This is like, not trying to, the only people I don't give a fuck how I sound or I come off to is Chris Moore and fucking Scott McKinnon, okay? Those are the only two people I don't give a fuck about at all. I don't want to rekindle nothing. Like, fuck off. Do your thing. I'm not going after you. I don't have anything to do with you. Leave me the fuck alone and I will leave you alone. But obviously, you know, some of them can't do that. The other one, who knows where he is. I heard a couple of calls going into Sean's View, and I could have sworn that those calls were him. Because I heard his voice for a split second twice in the background. I don't know if somebody's playing a recording or he has access to a phone or not. I don't know. But
you know what's fucking funny? You know that whole call that started all the shit with Prince Idol?
Yeah.
You know who people are saying it was?
Who?
Fucking. I've had a lot of people coming and saying it was fucking Bird.
Yeah, I know. People were saying that too about Bird. But yeah, it definitely wasn't him. But it did sound like him in a sense. It did because of when he was going... You know, yeah. Like, it did sound like him. But I know Bird, and Bird wouldn't use the N-word like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's why I was like, no, that definitely can't be Bird. Definitely can't be Bird. You know? All right. But yeah, I did hear that too, man, from a couple of people. I'm honestly, I'm convinced that it's that guy El Gallo. And if you ever heard him talk, you would probably say, yeah, you know what? You're fucking right. And he's very elusive. You can't get him on recordings and shit because all the recordings are gone, have been deleted. The one that
back from when JB just kind of up and left all his fucking patrons.
Yeah, those were gone.
Without a word. Oh yeah,
yeah, like those are gone. You can't get access to those to hear him on there. And then the ones are gone that he was on with Scott, interacting with him. You can't get those on there. And if you did, you would hear that he trolled Scott one night, and he said it just like Scott was going, "Hey man, hey there, man." It was just, I'm telling you, it's El Gallo. I'm telling you right the fuck now, it's that guy. I'm telling you, you know.
Anyway.
But you know, who knows? We'll probably never hear it anyway.
Nah, we'll never find out. But this is what started all of this.
Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, what started all this is the fact that Bullfrog fucking went over there and basically showed YR and all those other guys that, hey, look, you can come on over here and probably have free reign. And they did.
You know what I love?
When you give them free reign, they run with it. You know?
But what I love about the whole thing is Bullfrog found his thing. He was fitting in well. He's doing well. And then Tony just up and fucking tries to yoink it from him.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but Tony wasn't. It wasn't only Tony though. You know, it was YR and all those other guys too, man. They were like fucking. And now look who's there.
He's got this great life. He's always doing good. He's number one. And Bullfrog's this little fucking retard who would give you a gum job that could make your fucking toes curl.
Yeah, but dude, look who else is there now. Look who else is there now, bro. This opened the door for guys like Simo now is over there and fucking.
Simo's at Sean's?
Yeah, dude, yeah. And then like a guy like Yig. Dude. A guy like Yig who needs a fucking home because he can't find one anywhere else now.
God,
he's got to be over there fucking in there talking all kinds of stupid shit. The other guy Shit is over there. It's like, yeah, I'm glad you guys at least found a home somewhere you can hang your hat now.
Funny.
You know, it's like
how fucking lonely and pathetic you have to be to find a community of shitters to sit around.
Fucking flip-flops, bro. I mean, like these guys, hey, I'm glad they found a home, you know, enjoy. If you like watching YR and fucking other people just fucking try to trigger Bullfrog all night and that's what you want, well, hey, have fun. Have fun. You know, if that's your you know, a good night watching somebody get triggered and hearing fucking promos every 15 minutes, go ahead. You know, have fun doing that. Not my cup of tea. Sorry. Not my cup of tea. I'd rather put my time into something that I could fucking actually watch and fucking enjoy instead of fucking hearing that shit. You know? But anyway. All right, Nicky Nines.
Are you fucking breaking us out with some like fucking like that flute? You know that flute music they'd all used to play, that new agey flute shit?
Yes,
It sounded like the bongo drums.
I'm playing a flute in the background, damn it.
All right. Well, I'm out of here. Fuck it.
All right, man.
Later.
All right, everybody. 11:45 on the East Coast right now. That's it for tonight. No hard feelings. The next one will be on the Patreon. Shout out to the Patreon. October is Throwback Month on the Patreon. We're doing all the old shows. Keeping It 100 will be live on the channel, the regular channel. And then we're going to be doing Bloodline and a couple of other shows. Foul Play. So look for that in the month of October over on the Patreon. And shout out to all the Patreon members. Don't forget to re-up. It just ended, I guess, the other day or some shit. I don't fucking know. But if you haven't re-upped, go over there and re-up right now. And I just put the Cunny Chris rap song on there. For those of you guys who wanted it on there. It's on there now. And yeah, I'm thinking not this Friday night, but the next Friday night. We should be doing the championship night, the first championship night ever, where we mix both shows into each other, and we just have an all-out fucking brawl. I mean, so it looks like it's going to be in 2 weeks from now. So look for that. 2 weeks. It's going to basically be Friday night live fire, Friday night insomnic fire, Friday night fire-ack. I don't know, Insomni Fire, fuck. Friday night, Insomniac Fire. Friday night, Fire Insomniac. Friday night, Insomniac on Fire. 2 weeks. And also, we're going to be having a new show coming out soon. Wait till you guys hear who I'm doing it with. Wait till you hear. Joe might want 3 Moderna shots after that one. Tits. Might need 4 Moderna shots after this one, Bobby. Shout out to Mars Mira. Shout out to everybody else out there. Thank you guys. Probably see you Thursday night or tomorrow night. One of those nights, Thursday or tomorrow. You guys have a good Wednesday. Be safe. Stay COVID free. Peace.
You and that again.
You piece of shit.
Start getting out of here. That's all you fucking talk about. I don't sexually harass nobody.
Oh, I'm sure we can get a bunch of people on here that can sing.
This is the guy from My Pillow. Hey, Bullfrog, do you have a My Pillow? You fat piece of shit. Do you have a My Pillow, Bullfrog? I'd like to know if you have a My Pillow. You big piece of fat fucking ogre shit.
Sean, get on here right now, you motherfucker. I got all to you,
You work with...
here right now, you motherfucker. I got all to you,
You work with Scott McKinnon on the side.
No, I
You work with Scott McKinnon on the side.
don't! No, I don't!
One-stop destination for all
Why is it so quiet? Why aren't you saying anything? Tell us about some wrestling.
My Pillow.
What was your favorite match of all time?
But there are those people that, you know, like Simo, for example. We call him Cancer Mouth here. He lives in Detroit. His name is Chris Moore. He has nothing to his life other than fucking hosting karaoke.
Exactly.
What, Prince Idol?
Exactly.
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 You mean you have exactly?
Exactly.
Your ass smells exactly like your breath?
Exactly.
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 I think I'm gonna name my firstborn Exactly.
Exactly. Exactly. Exactly. Exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
Or this and that there.
I hate everybody. I hate my children. I hate my wife. I hate my children.
Joe Cronin.
I hate my wife. I just want to kill everybody.
Wow, what is that, Joe Cronin? Alex Joe?
I hate everybody.
Yeah, what do you think about WrestleMania being a 2-night event? What up there, Kenny? What up, Ken?
What's up? How you doing, Sean's View? How you been?
What up there, Kenny? What up, Ken?
Pretty good, bro. How you been? What do you think of WrestleMania? 2 nights.
Yeah, what do you think about WrestleMania being a 2-night event?
I just asked you that. What do you think about WrestleMania being a 2-night event?
Yeah, what do you think about WrestleMania being a 2-night event?
I already asked you that, you piece of shit. What do you think about WrestleMania being a 2-night event?
What up there, Kenny? What up, Ken?
Oh, fuck off.
I love you. I want this title though. I want this title though.
Yeah, right here. Bullfrog having down on me. Yeah. Show me Sean's view. Show me Sean's view. Sean opened up a bottle or two. Sean's view. Troll City. Sean's view is Troll City. Sean's view. Troll City. Sean's view is Troll City. Sean's view. Troll City. Sean's view is Troll City. You wanna be knee deep in trolls? You wanna be knee deep in bullshit? Yeah. And Sean's view, Troll City. Sean's view is fucking Troll City. Yeah. With Sean's view. Sean's view is fucking Troll City. Sean's view, Troll City. Sean's view is Troll City. Sean's view, Sean's view is fucking Troll City.
Sean will give you loving, he'll give you it all night. Seansville needs a little troll in his life. Sean's View, Troll City. Why don't you pour a little troll on me? Sean's View, Troll City. Why don't you pour a couple of trolls on me? Yeah.
Just go fuck off!
Yeah. Yeah, pour a little troll.
Sean, get on here right now!
Come on, Sean. Knee deep in them trolls, knee deep in them trolls. Come on, Sean's View.